Long ago, there was a competition at the world level for Formula One racing cars. Three friends, Lewis Hamilton, Max, and Carlos, participated in this competition. And after the competition, there was a conflict between all three drivers about who the overall winner was. And to resolve this conflict, they decided to hire an SQL expert to determine the winner by summarizing the total points. The driver with the highest point would be declared as the winner. All the three friends agreed to this situation and provided the required dataset to the SQL expert, who began the analysis. Hello friends, my name is Adnan and welcome back to another session of the SQL interview preparatory course by DataSense. The situation is now clear to you. So let me clarify the question as well. So the question is, calculate the total points of each driver based on the finishing position in various races. We have to rank them and also determine the best and the worst finisher. Before moving to the steps, let me clear the topics which we are going to cover in solving this particular question. So the topics are as group by, subqueries, window functions, aggregate functions, some joins, we will use case, and some basic functions like order by and where. Let me clear this to you. The difficulty level of this particular question is intermediate. Now let's see the steps involved in solving this particular question. The first step will be, we will see the table, and to check the tables you all know the command which will be select everything from the table name. We have three tables: race, results, and the points. The race table has column like race ID, race name, location of the race, and the date of the race. The result table has columns like result ID, race ID, driver ID, the name of the driver, and the finishing position. The last table, which is the points table, has the detail about the rank and the points associated with that rank. Now let's move to the second step. In the second step, we will join the race and the result table on the common column race ID. After joining the table, let's create the first required column, the point of each drivers. We will reference the points table in our query using the case statement. We will write case when finishing points is equals to 1, then give 25. When finishing points is equals to 2, then give 18, and so on. We will end this as the column name as points. There is a special note for you guys. There can be multiple ways to solve an SQL question or any other tool. So the best way to solve a question is to read that question properly, get that question properly, and solve that question by that concept in which you are very good in. So let's move to the fourth step. The fourth step is to rank the drivers according to their scores. And to rank, we will use window function. The query will be like rank over, we are using over to denote the window function. Then order by, the column name in descending order. Now let's move to the final step, which is the fifth step. We will use group by clause to group the driver's name and sum their data. Now let's move to the SQL workbench for the practical solution of this particular question. So now, as we are in our MySQL workbench, let's start writing the query. Our query goes like this: select everything. Let me zoom this from the race table, as we will give analyze as R1. Join this table with result table as R2. On the common column is race ID. Race ID is equals to R2 dot race ID. Now let's run this query. Wonderful. Now you can see both the tables are successfully joined. Now what is the second step? The second step is using the case statement. So after the asterisk, we will use comma, then case to give the conditions. When the finishing position is equals to 1, then give the score as 25. The second condition is when finishing position is equals to 2, then give the score as 18, and so on. There are 5 conditions, so I will just copy this and paste this. I will remove 1 as 3, 1 as 4 and 1 as 5. Then give the score, which is 15, 12 and 10. 15, 12 and 10. Then we will end this as, we will give the column name. The column name is going to be score. Let's run this query again. Wonderful. Now you can see that there is an extra column name as score, in which we are getting the scores of each driver with their name. Now we will remove this asterisk, and what we will do, we will just write the required columns. The required columns are R2 dot driver ID, comma, R2 dot the driver name, then R2 dot the finishing position. These are the required columns. Now let's run the query. Wonderful. We are getting all the 4 required columns. Now the next step will be, we will use a subquery. Why we are using the theoretical part of this question? That subquery is very important in solving this particular question. We will write select everything from the below table and give alias as resulted positions. Then we will group this data on the basis of 2 columns, driver ID and the driver name. We'll copy this and write this at the place of asterisk and the sum of score. Okay, now let's run the query. Wonderful. Now you can see that the sum of the score is with us with their driver name and the driver ID. The second major column is to get the rank, and to get the rank we will use window function. So we will write rank over order by. On which we will order by? We will order by on this column in descending order as rank. Let's print this again. Wonderful. Now you are getting the rank also. Now to create the third important column, we will write max in the column finishing position as worst finisher and minimum in the again same column finishing position as the best finisher. Now we will run the entire query and you will see that you got the expected results. Lewis Hamilton won the maximum matches with the highest score of 108 and the rank is 1. In this way, we can solve these type of interview questions. Thank you so much and stay connected with DataSense for more amazing content on data.